Hello and welcome back. Right, now I've just watched the last episode in editing, and it became fairly obvious to me that the one thing we've got to do is, as I said, it is these costs. They are expensive, we've got no way of offsetting them, and we've got 45,000, which is going to slowly slink away bit by bit. So we have got, obviously, if we take 30 tons of this, I'm going to send a worker and we're going to get cracking with clearing the fields. And also the other thing is I'm going to ring the shop and ask them to fetch the header. It's costing us money now. So yeah, we're going to do that in a second. Give them, in fact, yeah, we're going to give them a call now. But I must admit, I was going to come in and I was going to send this off and I was going to do lots of things off camera, but then it always asks those questions where, right, so return, yes. Those questions where you're like, well, how did that happen? How did this happen? Mr. CLP, he used to show his contract things because he didn't want to drag you on all the things. And people say, oh, we don't mind watching you on the contracts. Bottom line is, if I like to include you in this as much as possible. So, right, first things first, we need to be looking. I do love that lorry, that is amazing. Yeah, we need to be looking, oh, that's the point, contracts. Now, we know, without my mods on, that there were contracts. Is that contract still here, or is something interfering with contract? Yes, it is. I presume that we would get the same contract. Now, there's only one, so I'm not terribly worried, but I have obviously got something that's interfering with contracts, so I should check my contract mods to see if, yeah, like I switch them all off and then switch them on one at a time as I come in, because to be honest, I don't use contracts very much at all, so it really wouldn't matter terribly. But yeah, let's have a look. Anyway, so the best price presently for oats is where? The farm shop, by a considerable amount. Tag place. Right, and so where are you? I can see you blinking. Right, let's, first things first, I always find it better to go on the road when you are sending your worker. That doesn't mean it's going to work perfectly, but yeah, let's see how good let's have a look on the map. Where are we going to? And while our worker's busy going, right down there. Oh, it's actually where the animals are. So we should send our worker, well, we should try to send our worker. I have a good mind to send it on the road. Now we're right-hand drive, so that's a point. Let's see if we can actually get on the road itself opposite. Smashing. And while that is taking that to market, we are going to get on with some bale handling. I'm going to try to chat and grab some bales. I'm going to try to do that. So we'll clear up the other. No, actually, it makes more sense to clear the grass field up first, because now, yeah, that can be gathered at sort of. It's true. If we're doing canola, that's next month. So we've got this month to get busy, and we could plant the grass. I am right. We are against the clock because it's those costs in the morning that we've got to combat. So we need to have got enough money to place the BGA, and luckily it's perfectly flat. It will come into this field a bit. We're going to lose a bit of the field edge of the grass. I know that. I recognise that, and that is because the grass field you can drive across it all the time. I did miss a trick, and I'm gonna live with the consequences. I keep saying this. I've got to get better at this type of placement. I did the same, I think, on the last, on Avon Valley. No, it wasn't Avon Valley. It wasn't. But there was another one where I played. Now, if this is always going to have crop in it, I'm always going to have that problem. Now, this could have easily gone onto the grass field because you've always got access up a grass field. So I've got this the wrong way round. I've got to consider design a lot better. I have going forwards. Right, anyway, let's grab these bales, and let's grab these first couple and stick them straight in here, because it does, as I said yesterday, last session, it makes far more sense when you're right near the omatana to actually stick it in the omatana. Truthfully, it's yeah. Say that one. Let's grab a couple at a time, and yeah, we're going to stack on that. We're going to see. I'm going to try and chat, but there will be bits where I go quiet when you're really deep in concentration. There's no other way you can actually do it. Yeah, I mean, I've done this a lot, but it's not one of those skills you can ever really go to sleep with. Yeah, you know, automatic pilot's not. Yeah, I think that's all the ones close enough. So we'll get rid of these on the grass field. We'll do the cleanup with the baler, and we're looking for the message, but I'm not. Oh, it is working. That particular message is working. Brilliant. So then, right, I am going to stop the record in a minute. I'm going to catch the bus, and I'm going to go down. Well, really, yeah, I suppose that truthfully, what you would be doing is you'd be instructing your worker. The camera follows me, so do you know? So I'm not gonna beat myself up for that. Yeah, we're gonna literally do what we would do in real life. We would be calling our worker, and we'd be saying, "Oi, oh wow, it's a little tiny road. Oh, actually, we could have gone that way. No, let's be realistic. Let's not go over the grass. Yeah, these are the type of things I've got to do better." It's that in your head where your heads are going, it's a game. It don't matter if I go over the grass. Yes, but you're trying to play realistically, so it does. I mean, that type of thing. Well, it does a little, if I'm honest. Right, so then let's play. Yeah, is this the right place though? It is indeed. Yes. The only thing I don't like when you've got just holes in the floor where it just literally pours into the floor. Again, realism. I'm trying to sort of do things that have only got grade systems, but I have no control over the map. Yeah, it is true. Although I suppose I do in a way. I have got the mod that does allow you to muck around with things to a degree, although shops and things like that are sometimes, or the shop is the one that is the real, yeah. Right, so let's see if we can do that again. Let's send, and I know there's a car coming, but you know, it'll have to wait. Let's send that and do it on the road outside our farm on the right hand side of the road, which is that side. You see, it likes it because you actually thought about that. Right, and now we're going to do what we really would do, which is to be up the top, because really, yeah, that would be. We would have instructed our worker to do that, and that's just us showing you it happening. If you think about really the mechanics that's really involved in this, the camera follows me, which is both a curse and a blessing. It is. But yeah, what you really would do in real life is you'd instruct and you'd see the money. Right, BGA. Now, do we place it where that's... where it broadens out there? Because it doesn't really matter that we can't nip across at that point. They're both our fields. That's the biggest bit. The only thing that's a little bit funny is, yeah, I'm not sure about that post. Is probably going to be in the way a little bit. But if we lose a bit of the corner, then I'm happy with that. We shall see what we see. Now there's no, doesn't look like, but the pole thing might actually. Can we demolish that? I didn't try that, did I? No, we can't. Right, okay, we've got to live with it. So then, BGA, now that we've got that money, sacrifice 30 tons of our produce at a cheaper price that we may gain a bigger business. Yeah, you've got to keep your eye on the big picture all of the time. That's what I sort of personally think. Right, so... yeah, and I am right as well. That I missed a trick on that in other episodes where I have had the Omatana for a long time and I haven't made seeds, which is a good profit. It's not super duper, but it is good. It is. It's definitely worth doing. You could do a wheat harvest, a barley harvest, or even a corn harvest. And being as corn is perhaps the thing, I'm thinking, that's a point. Corn, do we? Now then, yeah, we are going to... yeah, that is a point. I mean... do we sort of stick it a bit like... yeah, now this is the grass field, so this is the bit we've got to go into. That pole isn't actually getting in the way an awful lot. So we need to be... yeah, I don't mind if we lose a little bit off the back field, but I'd like to do it so that really it's as... no, yeah, there's no skirt at the back. That is about perfect. Can I get it better than that? I don't think so. I think that's about it. Now then, let's just see. Now the beauty of this is it is a perfectly flat, which is in harmony. It does lose a bit. We can actually take that back. We can. I can quite prepared to plough that section off. Yeah, it's lifted it very, very slightly. We can smooth that tiny little ruffle, and it is a tiny little ruffle. And that pole is quite happy to be there. Yeah, we've gone into the road a little bit. That I don't like doing, but I didn't realise the skirt was quite as large. Like, I know I should, because it's not like it's the first time I've ever placed this. This is my right hand, one of my right hand sort of partners. Right, let's crack on with. Now that's a point. It has our worker's doing the round and round trick. In which case we need to cancel them. We need to do this carefully, as in like when they're on our ground. And so now they go on someone else's field. Come on, go round and round onto our land, as you were a minute ago. Let's hope. Oh yeah, that looks all right. We're probably on the road attached, but yeah, we can't afford to be losing money like that. We've got 5 months operating costs, as many farmers have, that we will clean up on the way as we're going. Yeah, we're going to do the grass field, because that we can do now. It really is. And the other thing, the topmost thing we've got to do is we have to tell the Omatana farms. There's too many farm supplies. Yeah, farm production pack, the farm production thing, to actually send the silage to the BGA. That is the next most important thing. Yeah, I do think we would a bale pusher would be useful. I do think another thing we need is a front loader for this. Now, in the episodes that I didn't show, those that I deleted instantly because I was very unhappy at field flipping, and I know in a way we sort of did the end, but it was the way I did it. It was not like me. I was like the pressure of the situation was sort of getting to me, and I did things that I wouldn't normally sort of do. The reasoning behind it was what was important to me. You know, the intentions and motives. That's bad habits. Right. Yeah, let's get this done. And we're going to get, there's a point now, have we got a no-till? Is the 6, I think, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Sure, the 6 metre we've got, which is the grass one, I'm sure that is it the Terracem? I'm sure we've had that. I've had that on American map that I always, Westbridge Hills. Yeah, one of my absolute all-time favourite American maps. Yeah, Westbridge Hills, we had it on that. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember on the original field. I did 2 Westbridge Hills, but I amalgamated them into one because it was a storyline. And yeah, basically on the original one where we had the first field near the railway, I had the Terracem. I think I lost a bit of equipment when I amalgamated them, because obviously, you could sort of take across all your equipment, but it would have been a bit messy. Right, so then let's get all of these lot off here. Let's go in quickly as well. Let's switch that off and let's unload those. Oh, you could have unloaded them outside the Omatana. I know I was thinking the same. I really was, actually. I was thinking, no, you just can't recall a finger click. It's too late. It really is. Yeah, so I'm quite happy now that we've placed the BGA. Yes, there's a bit of tide at work now. I would say we're probably still on the road. Ooh, we're not. There you go. I could have actually left for once, left that alone totally. But I don't think my wife will be very happy that our worker has parked this on her front lawn. I really don't think she'd be happy at all. So yes, it always pays to keep your wife happy. Yeah, absolutely. Or to try anyway. Right, brilliant. Yeah, we've even got fuel as well. I was thinking about this. Yeah, I am loving the. I am telling the truth though. I am going to get. I know, if you can bear with me, I am trying to be as realistic as possible, which does also mean about the bale handling. I'd like to do this with a proper bale fork. Yeah, it's a long time since I've actually had one of the proper ones. So yeah, this is a make do, even though it is as good as it is, and it is fantastic. I'd love to use it all the time, but yeah, the proper tool for the job often has advantages over one that you're making do with. Even the big bag handler, there are disadvantages to using that, as I've frequently said. But yeah, the proper ones with the backboard, you can stack four bales up at a time quite easily. Now then, pull back. Now then, this is going to be a bit askew. Oh, now be careful. Oh, that accepts straw. It's not switched on though, so that is the point. I don't know if it would accept straw. Does it accept bales? I think so. I'm almost sure we have tested this. Yeah, really, do we need the lorry? Are we going to double handle? Yeah, I'm also wondering if that is quicker than doing the method where you drop them, because then you've got to pull your... Yeah, always, I've got that kind of brain, always have had, where you try and find the most efficient... I'm a bit like the Borg on that, except without the assimilation, and I have said that before as well, but yeah, it's true. I like to try and find the most economical method of doing something. So like this, the minimal efforts... Not efforts, because that makes it sound more like it's a lazy issue, and it's not a lazy issue. It's more about trying to find the most economical, and economical's not the right word, efficient. Yeah, I'm very much driven by trying to be efficient in everything I do. Yeah, sometimes I don't want to release. We could go for 3. Yeah, I mean, there is what I could do, the way that I discovered this earlier, where you could literally strap them, but we're going to go... Yeah, when they fell on the floor and I grabbed them, I could literally grab all 4 at once. I thought, oh, I didn't really think about that. I stumbled upon that. But you could sort of use that. Now they've got to be careful that they don't topple, or this stacking is going to be a total waste of time. Right, yeah, 3 at once. So these are 8.2. So I think I was slightly out of my sums. It'd be 825. We were about half. Got about half of the bales in, because he said we got 400 tons of silage. And while we're here, yeah, what I was meaning was it's more economical to go like that in movement, let go, and then take out, than it is to do it the upward method where you drop, because you've got to lift your tines high and then lower them whilst you're wasting all of that effort you've put in. Right, so we need to switch the silage on the BGA, and we also need to sell that and sell that, and we don't need to touch the other because that's store, and we need to tell this to distribute. We do, and then we are going to get tick up. So fantastic, that is our first business active. Yeah, let's shift this out of the way a little. Yeah, and the other thing is things like the harvester that you don't use very much. I'm thinking of a little shed for it, but a little tall shed somewhere like here in the middle of the field, so that we make more room in the big shed for other equipment. But it might work the other way, where we have a little shed for little things. And yeah, right, we've lifted that slightly up. Right, let's get this. How many more have we got? Is it? Yeah, it is. It's worth grabbing them. I think I saw a bale. Oh no, it's not. It's wood. I thought I'd left a bale over there. Yeah, now that is a good wall, probably for sticking a porch. But we might have. Oh no, I don't think we will. I think that tree will survive. I don't like getting rid of big trees like that. They deserve our respect. So that can stay. I'm sure we can go around it as it deserves. Right, that's one. Oh, I don't know that I've actually got that properly. Yeah, it doesn't strap if you're in the... Oh, this is a bit of a dike, really. But hey-ho, it's not. It's only a bit of a dike, so we could actually get away with that if it was a full-blown... Yeah, I won't say dike, because not all areas use the term dike. I mean, it is a... The Dutch would use that saying, probably. And in certain areas of England they use the term dike, but a lot say ditch. So yeah, a lesson as well. There is one over there as well. I think you've nearly got this sorted. I reckon one more journey and we've really sort of sorted this out without the trailer. Yeah, that I wondered what that bucket was earlier, but it is just a bucket where somebody has dropped it in the dike, ditch, whatever you want to call it. Now then, that's it. Pull back. Oh, yeah, we've got that. That's my fault because my tines were coming at an angle. That would have actually caused them to. Yeah, that's the only bad thing. Yeah, I do realise they would go into straw. It would make a bit of a mess, but it would only compress the area where it went in. So it is possible. I know there are some people, purists, who really get annoyed by this, but to be honest, it would work in real life. As I say, it would make a mess. There's no denying that. But there's a lot of things that don't equate exactly. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm on about. If I did this method and then let go of the straps, I've got that entire set of movement now to correct, like that. And that's a lot of time and effort every single time for the fact you don't really need to do that. Yeah, when there's another method, yes, I suppose you could equally say, though, the scraping on the floor, you don't move much, but you have got to stop the tractor. So it is swings and roundabouts, like many of these things. I always do try to say that whenever I ask, well, whenever I've had a worker that's worked for me when I was a manager of IT, the last few jobs I've had, I've been a manager. This is the only job, the one I'm at now, that I'm not a manager. But yeah, when I was an IT manager, I'm not one of those people who demands that you do it my way. I hate that with a passion. My boss is like that, the one that I'm working for now. He demands that you do it his way, and I just don't like that type of thing, really. Alright, 1 second. Yeah, how you do the job is really up to you, how you feel comfortable. We're all different. It's the end results. Don't get me wrong, if you've got policies that need following, then I agree with that. And there are some policies that my boss tells me I've got to do. Now that's acceptable, but how I do it really is totally and utterly up to me. But yeah, some people are very controlling and think that their way is better than everybody else's, and it's not, because we're all built differently. The way we think is unique between people. So yeah, to allow people's individuality, I think, is an important thing. Right, now then, you're doing it again. Your tines are not quite level, so therefore you're going to put pressure on the front and bring that down. Right, smashing. And the fact that this has got straps, I mean, as I said, there is the one that is my favourite, the one with the backboard. I think it's just a lizard as well. It was, I did have the named ones that everyone sort of always raved about, but right, it's de-strap, which would mean those top two disappear. Okay. Yeah, you see, you've got to do that with your tines anyway, so, but yeah, the odd ones, you're never going to get it perfect, are you? Right, so then we need to shift the lorry. We've pretty much cleaned up well enough, and yeah, that is a point. We are going to grab the terrace and quickly plant our grass. Yeah, the BGA over the day is going to sort of send, well, it's going to be a slow job as well. That is the other thing. Right. Yeah, that is a point in it. How can we smooth? We've got so little money though. I'd sooner do it with the plough. Have we got a plough? Did we buy the 6 metre plough? Because the equipment we've got now is really the equipment we've got now. Yeah, and I think, let's have a look. I mean, I do plan on obviously going big, but we are at the minute, we've got what we've got. So if we've got to no-till it and take a hit, then that's exactly what we've got to do. Now we also need to scan the field at some point soon. We've at least got fertilisers. I don't think we've got a plough, have we? I think it was one of those things that we didn't get. Right, okay. No, I don't think we did. But there is an easy way to find this out, and that is just to go in our thing and look for our equipment. No, so it's no till or nothing. So we unfortunately can't do anything about sticky out bits at the minute. Now then, let's have a look at the Terrasem. Is it the I think it's I'm sure it's called the Terrasem. It is. You got that right. Oh, 210 horsepower. So we can't use this. No, we can't. Nor can we use that. Yeah, I was thinking that we'd not use this one to the left of us very much either. That's John Deere. We have used the Axion. I always say use the right tractor. This is the, is it slightly? Yeah, it is. Yeah, our biggest tractor by a little. This has got the capability, though, of being really big. But this one, oh, fuel. No, we're not at a dangerous level, but yeah, I need to keep my eye on it, definitely, and not run out. Right, so we need Terrasem. Seeds, please tell me I've got some seeds on there. Please tell me I had the foresight to bring some seeds. It doesn't look like it. Do you know the best laid plans of mice and men rely on me to not quite do the job properly? We will get the shop, yeah, we're going to ring the shop because this is an emergency job, and get them to deliver some seeds outside. Fantastic. Yeah, we're going to get, for this, we're going to get the front loader, that's 10,000, and we're going to stick the things like the Samurai on for additional storage. Now, that says to me that I cannot get through that gap. Right, let's make a bit of room. Yeah, we seem to be, the farmyard seems to be outside on this grass rather than inside the shed at the minute. Ooh, that's a bit of a squeeze. Right, yeah, we do. We need to. I've got to get better at putting things away. Right then, so yeah, we put fertilizer we've got, so that we can pull next to that, and we can stick that in. Are we going to manually do this? I would say that's not a bad idea. Oh, actually, we've got some fertilizer outside here, haven't we? Let's do this first. Does it really matter? Well, not really, I suppose, because it's hard for me to get to that, if I'm honest, and I've just crashed into the wall. Right, anyway, seeds. We'll give the shop a call and ask them to deliver some and let's do this in a sensible location where we're not about to, yeah, plant. So like, say, on this field here, where if there isn't too much, it's not going to matter. Right, so then, big bags. We're going to be careful because we are really destitute, so we're going to grab one bag of seeds. If I remember rightly, grass is actually quite good for this type of thing. Oh yeah, we have scanned this field. It's the other field we need to do. Just the one, which we paid a delivery cost of $17 for, which you would expect, really. Right, let's grab some more fertilizer and let's grab those seeds, and we're going to get a grass field sorted. We are. In fact, yeah, it makes more sense to actually go back round and through the little tiny hole than it does to try to reverse, which, although I have had plenty of practice, is still, yeah, much easier to drive forwards than it is that way. Yeah, I do love these where you can fertilise at the same time. It is amazing. That is a point. I just had a thought. It's not 6 metre though. Yeah, there's those dribbled boxes. Let me show you what I'm on about, because that is not going to give you anything. I think they're under. I think they are under fertiliser spreaders. I think the little 3 metre job is. I did think this myself. Now, if you're, yeah, these DF, this one here, but it's only 3 metres. Yeah. I mean, 2,000 litres, you can dribble. You could dribble, but you can only do it 3 metres, which then obviously means that you've got a gap. If you'd got 3 metre seeder, then obviously that is super duper. But for a normal thing like this, it's just such a shame. I do wish they'd do a 6 metre one for bigger equipment that you could sort of dribble it at the front. You could then lime and fertilise at the same time as you were going. That would be quite remarkable. Now, it looks like this is not liking to pick it up. Okay. Why is that not sensing that? Do we need to... Not normally. Perhaps it likes to be... Well, we do have a... We do have our telehandler. Oh, but that is something I seriously am missing a lot. The fact that we've not got a telehandler. Now this, yeah, this is a bit of a weird one, doing it like this. In fact, let's see, can we go underneath it? Let's try traditional, where we're lifting it up, because it has obviously got straps, so you could also do that, where you can go underneath, but I'm not sure you can with these. I don't think it's going to play ball. But it's worth a shot, is it not? Yeah, I don't think I think even if you push against it, it's not going to like it. No, it's not used to you trying to do that. It's not made to do that. So again, it's not gonna do that. So the best we can manage is like that, with strapping at the top. Ooh, ooh. Seriously? Oh, that's because I'm trying to take the entire tractor. Yeah, now that would be a bit of a stretch, right? Okay, and that's the bad side to straps, isn't it? Really, the strapping system. Okay, let's try something, because I'm sure you should be able to get that. I can't remember that ever being a difficult thing like that. Do you go? No, because it's the front. You can clearly see that the bit is at the front, right? And we've done it again. We need to be pulling out of the way so that can grab the seeds, so that I'm out of the line of fire, you could say, because that's the way the straps work, literally. Right, so we need to go as low as possible, grab these. It's amazing the things you have to do when people talk about realism. Right, now that's more like it. I did think, why can I not lift 1.5 tons of seeds? But I was trying to lift 15.5 tons of tractor and seeds together. So yeah, now that is more... I'm not sure this does this like this. Well, it work. It's one way to do it. So this looks like one of those that you need to... so I think what I need to do then... Oh, luckily that is just the right... Right, let's put the thing back on. And I remembered rightly. And yes, we need to... Have we got auto on? Yes, now this is the setting that was... My key config was actually mucking around with, was that. So we're going to do the grass field from here. If we change to grass, of course. Yeah, right, smashing. Are we going to time-lapse this? No, we're going to chat, definitely. And there's probably going to be a bit of clean-up as well. Yeah, I've done so many time-lapses. At Avon Valley, I've got quite a few episodes to literally put down, so... Oh, wow, that's actually taking that kind of grass. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I'm trying to leave these trees alone totally. Now then, if these little under branches will leave us alone, that is, of course. Yeah, we'll need to reverse on this patch here to get that little round bit. Although, it matters to me for no other reason that we're never going to do that, but I do want it to look nice. Yeah, which means I'm going to have to go in a little bit more than that to actually make that work. Right, brilliant. That should work nicely. Yeah, in time I'd like to plough this corner off a little so that we lose a little, because it doesn't matter to the BGA, that particular aspect. So yeah, let's go around the complete edge of the field. make this as good as possible for the grass field. And obviously we're going to be using this as 2 separate fields, and that's the point. I wonder if, of course, they all recognise that. When we've made this into a grass field, once it's grown, whether we can then... well, we're going to call it the grass field. We're going to be very original. Well, as I keep saying, practicality. Yeah, I always am a firm believer in that kind of thing. Yeah, we don't want to go too far on this, though, because this I don't want to be... No, that's different. I do see, actually. Yeah, there's a little bit of a layer of, like, deco foliage, I think JM Gaming called it. Yeah, where you can actually muck around with the edge of the field, and then there's that other kind of grass that you can see is... Now, let's get this right. We need to be pulling across about now. Yeah, that's not perfect. We might have to play around with that a little. But yeah, if we want to feed the BJ. This is not a massive grass field, but then again, we're not a massive farm. Although we are, I've got to be honest, we've got 2 big fields, which when I consider a go back to New Farmer Start for Hobos Hollow. Yeah, and also we've had some fantastic drops. The only thing I feel a little bit naked about is the telehandler situation. Yeah, the front loader's a little bit... Yeah, no... Oh, gee, I've done it again. Got my phone on noisy. Only switched it on to noisy a few minutes ago, typically. I wasn't going to do an episode, and then I thought... I'm going out in a bit, and I thought, let's just... Yeah, because it was a short recording session on here earlier. It was 26 minutes, and I'm going to leave it as that. It's going to be... Because I always say it's more about the, what you do in an episode. So I'm going to leave that as an episode. But then this, I thought it's a bit short. We need to be... The other thing I like to do is on any new Let's Plays, give it at least 5 or 6 episodes so that there's a bit of traction, and also so that you have got some familiarity with your tools, even though there's always that few minutes when you come on to a Let's Play, if you do it a couple of times a week, or, I would say that most of my Let's Plays are no longer than... Actually, that's not too bad. It's a weird thing, but I can live with that. It's like a slight little kick on both sides. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so I think this one, we're going to plant barley for seeds. No, I think corn. We can plant corn with our 12-metre planter. Oh no, corn's one of the early crops, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to miss it if we're allowed to. In fact, no, because you still got the seed. Yeah, there's not much difference, is there, really, whether you plant late or you plant early. It's still going to tie the field up for that year, no matter what you do. So thinking about it, canola isn't a bad crop to do. We hopefully would have the Lorts all in one production by the time that would, by the time that we do that, because that then we can make canola oil, and the oil business is a very lucrative one. It really is it's again a slow burn. Yeah, because the bad thing is, obviously canola's quite a late crop in the year that comes, so then you'd stick that in the Lorts, so you're probably going to always be a year behind the oil that you're selling, because it sells in November, December, maybe January. Yeah, you're not going to have enough, unless you've got a super duper one where you've souped up your all-in-one production by the Lord, then it's not going to process enough. The one we had on Silver One was a grade level 5, and that would literally get through tens of tons overnight. So you could literally do your harvest, put it in, and pretty much get it ready for sale. Yeah, which is not a bad thing, because the Lorts, that production itself is not it's only 25,000, so your upgrades don't break the bank. Whereas if you use the traditional 80,000 type one, then obviously that really does hurt. If you've got even level 2 is quite phenomenal. I mean, the Lorts is such an amazing all-rounder. The cycles are not perfect, but when you consider it's like the clothing side of it, you would be spending, I think, about 160 or 130,000 on the 2 things to make that happen. And on the Lorts, you can both produce you can take your yarn and your cotton and all the rest of it and produce your fabric, and then you can also produce your clothes in the same place. Obviously the cycles, it's sort of like a bit of a handover. They're not fantastic. Again, as I have done on many Let's Plays, you've got to like ramp that up definitely. But it's still, when you consider it, the cost of it is, I think, one of the best productions out there. Again, like the Omatana, for what it does, I've got to use the seed side of that much better. I really have. For that, it is fantastic, and it's only in my Avon Valley where I really sort of thought, you know, that even on hard economy, that's a nice little earner. So on normal economy, it will be a good earner. So yeah, I mean, it's a very good way of converting your wheat or your corn. Or yeah, with corn would be the best, because obviously of how much you get from corn, you can really produce some seeds if you use corn. So yeah, if it weren't for the fact, yeah, I mean, we've used these and we've had a cereal crop in both. Is corn? I think corn is a cereal still, isn't it? Even though it's a unique one, I'm sure it's still classed as a cereal crop. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, again, I know there are some absolutely stupendous people who know these things, and I'm quite sure that some of the viewers are like that. Some of you viewers are like that. So yeah, I'd always love to be corrected. If you know that I'm wrong, please tell me, because yeah, I do my research, but again, even research, yeah, you get. Also, there's different opinions. If you go from one website to another, people have got different opinions on different things. That's why I was leaning on the crop rotation planner, which on Avon Valley really led me down the garden path, because it wasn't right. Yeah, it basically took a hit, because I was always taught on the real reading what experts have written, that you don't follow a cereal crop with a cereal crop. But the planner allows you to do that to an extent. Obviously, fallow. I think on Avon Valley, the very first field that we bought, we've done nothing but obviously plant crops every single year, and it's tired, the soil. It needs a fallow year. And I like the fact we're bringing that in, but it does mean you need more fields, because you're going to have to leave one fallow every now and again, which means that there's one field going to be out of use for that year. So again, having the crop rotation planner, I'm aiming for realism, but it's realism that comes at a cost to the virtual farmer. But I don't mind that. I want realism. So I'm striving to not do auto loads at all on anything. But obviously they've got to be compromises. That's why I've gone for the 5-ton mod that does 5-ton pallets rather than the traditional one. Yeah, because there's got to be compromise. Otherwise, as I've said so frequently about the flow of a Let's Play and the flow of a session, that's why I like that mod, the 3 times speed for the belt systems. Because again, when you're showing people you emptying a 3 million litre clamp, you really do need. Oh, I didn't lower it. I thought I had. My bad. Just gone straight over that. Right, now we have already limed this, but I'm gonna touch it up. Fantastic, and we're going to put this straight away. Do we need it out? That's true. We are going to actually have to plant. Yeah, I am tempted to go, even if we get a bit of a hit, to do a wheat or a thingy field, because it says we won't get hit, but oh, that's a point. We did use it all. We've got, yeah, we've still got 75% though. So can we sneak through that? Well, yeah, we can, but not if we do that. I think we possibly just, and I mean just about can, but I think this is one of those things that you try once that you like think, that was not a good idea. So I think unless you're coming through with like our telehandler, and yeah, I know it's a front loader really, but it is our telehandler, that we leave that alone. Yeah, or yeah, just a tractor without a. Right then, where do we go? I think over in that corner. Yeah, now these sheds fill quickly, that's the one thing I am going to say. Because there is only so much you can actually do with them. Say we're about there. Yeah, we are. Fantastic. So then, the grass and the silage is now starting to pump through, and oh, I have got the help menu on. It wasn't just the, I apologise for that. So we have planted our grass bed, we have put our BGA down, we've trimmed the trees that are going to get in our way. Yeah, we've got these, we can now get to this easily, but as I said, yeah, right, yeah, clean up. And let's, yeah, now we are going to use the 160, no, actually, the one that you is what we're going to use, because you have had the least love of any tractor that we own. Yes, you can. These are, I think these are 100 and these are quite low horsepower really for such fantastic. I think they're older balers, but nevertheless, whether they're older balers or not, that is a point as well. Yeah, let's ramp these up to maximum because we're manually bale loading, so it's not like we need to worry about a semi-automatic. So current bale 103. Oh, that's, yeah, the amount. Change bale size 240, I think is max. It is, yeah, because we can manually do that, I think we're going to stick to that. So they're going to be bigger, which is quite amazing. Now, I've not got any mods on for making bales compressed bigger and bigger. I haven't, because again, I am aiming for realism. It's that's pretty much like going for unreal capacities in trailers. Again, I'm going for realism to a degree. I mean, there are some cheeky trailers. I mean, one we've got is, well, no, would be unreal normally, but we haven't gone for that particular kind of capacity. So yeah, let's just do this tidy up, and yeah, then we will have I got, no, I haven't, I've not got time, but I might actually, yeah, I might do a few minutes of this later, so I'm not going to say goodbye because I'm going to stop the recording in a second, but then I'm going to join it again. So yeah, I'm going to, yes, join the two excuse me, recordings. Now then, let's start from the outer one and come in. Not that there's a lot, but let's not, yeah, this is our business, to pick up straw and make it into silage, and grass and make it into silage. So you would, wouldn't you? You would be careful. And lift that up. We don't want to be breaking that when we push backwards. Yeah, I am trying my best to be a virtual farmer that actually does pay attention to that type of thing, and also stop cutting across. Yeah, I've tried to do it on Avon Valley. I always go the shortcut. Again, it's that my inner drive of efficiency, but you wouldn't do that type of thing in real life. So I am trying to get better, that I wouldn't do it on the virtual. Yeah, because it's that instinct that where your head say it's a game, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but it is if you're creating content and you're aiming for realism, then it really does matter. Yeah, and that is my aim really, is to produce as realistic as the game will allow content, where we are observing almost, yeah, that's why I'm doing precision farming, crop rotation, seasons, the whole shebang, because I wish it to be as close to real life as absolutely possible, as humanly possible. Right, now then we want the big one. I'm not worried about these little wisps, but I'm going to aim for them whilst I'm passing. Yeah, they're only tiny little wisps. In fact, that one's not a massive one in itself, but we'll go from the outside in. I'm going to miss the outer one though. I'm not going to, yeah, I'm not making a meal out of this. Brilliant. I think we're going to finish this. That'll be excellent. It will be a nice place to be if we can grab all of the, well, that's the point. There's a bit of cleanup to the right of us as well. So while we're passing this end, it seems more economical to veer right and tidy up that as well, and then we'll restart on this in a few minutes. Did we? Oh no. No, there is. It's just, yeah, it's that thing where the game doesn't draw the graphics straight. I don't think there's a lot though, looking at it. In fact, I think that's probably it. But then at least we know that now. Oh no, is there some in that corner? Maybe. Let's go and have a quick look. Being as we've come all this way. Yeah, there is a couple of corner swishers. Ooh, and quite a big chunk in that corner. Too much to miss, anyway. We might get one of those. This is not on your land, malarkeys. Oh no. Yeah, it's got a terrible turning circle. It doesn't really help for this type of thing, really. Should have bought the class. Yeah, that's the trouble. This is really the type of tractor you'd grab trailers with. It's not really for intricate work. The class or the Challenger are really the type of one for this type of, in fact actually the 160 horsepower slow tractor is perfect for this. The articulation that really lends itself to this type of intricate work. That tractor may be slow, but I've used that to great effect for stone picking on Stone Valley, on no man's land. It really is quite amazing. No, I'm not worried about those little ones there. You sort of waste your time, but the big blob like that, there's quite some literage in that. So then, so it's not increased the size by a lot. I think it was 882, so it's now up to 88. So I'd say it's 850, something like that. Well, we shall see in a second. Trouble is, you don't, do you? It whizzes past. It's very difficult to keep track. Oh no, I think it was 9 tons, so it is quite a bit bigger. Yeah, 750 litres, almost an additional ton, so it's definitely good. Almost approaching Heston baler size, so, and that's a good size. Yeah, I do agree with what I said there in the last session, how versatile our trailer is. Yeah, both reasonable in money, very, very versatile with the straps, the length. It's just unbeatable in value. It just makes such a good all-rounder. I think, yeah, you can auto-load with it as well. Not that we use that function, but yeah, for those who are interested in it, I'd say if you were a virtual farmer that's virtual farming just for the fun of it, then I think I personally would probably be, oh wow, that is a big windrow. I think I personally would be going for auto-load if I weren't creating content. Now, will we get another bale out of this? That's, yeah, I know it's true, but I think we will. And we'll partially build a new one. So this is the last bit of straw from our 3 fields. Well, we've got 2 fields now, but we did have 3. You know what I mean. Yeah, this is not going to be a full bale. Yeah, now they're tidy up, they're grabbing these bales. I am going to do that probably later, and that I will do. I'm going to time lapse that because we have had oh wow, 94%. I think this is one where we're going to try, because we may just about be able to do that. He says, looking very sparsely around at almost impossibly. Yeah, these little blobs are not going to amount to too much, I don't think. It is swings and roundabouts anyway, and let's be honest. Is there anything I've missed that's big? Not really. It'll do for next round. We need to... Oh, I've done it again. It's just... You could have ejected it on the Omatana. Let's fold that away. Let's be good. And do we leave the baler on the edge with a harvester? I don't know. I don't think we can. I don't think we should leave the harvester out either. Now, is the baler one of those pieces of equipment that this is not high? Is this one of those pieces of equipment that we can stick in this little tiny thing here? Yeah. Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea. Oh no, this of all tractors has seen the least amount of. Yeah, because this is long. I think that can, obviously it's going to stick out, but it's probably the prime candidate for sticking in that shed there. And we're only going to try to put one thing in. Oh, that's a point. We haven't got the other side of this shed. What we ought to do is put the things that we're not going to use an awful lot, like perhaps the AC and... Oh no, actually I suppose that shed was for storage of bits and bobs. Oh, we also need to be grabbing... No, I like the trailer with this on. I leave that on purpose. They're all waterproof and everything. You can grab it and take it to your fields. That's what I like about it. But no, it's not. Yeah, I'm not going to end it because I'm literally, I'm just going to sail off into the sunset, and I'm going to see you shortly.